Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Learner Classes.
Hi friends, we are so happy you are joining us today.
Today, we have a topic that could one day save your life, or at least help you in a very stressful moment.
That is right. Today we are talking about English for emergency situations.
This episode is for every learner who travels, lives abroad, or plans to visit an English-speaking country.
Even if you're not traveling soon, this vocabulary is incredibly useful to know.
Because emergencies can happen anywhere, and when they do, knowing the right words in English can make a huge difference.
So let us get started.
First, let's talk about what we mean by emergency situations.
An emergency is a sudden, unexpected situation that needs immediate action.
It could be a medical problem, an accident, a fire, getting lost, having something stolen, or a natural disaster.
In all of these situations, you need to communicate quickly and clearly.
And in many countries around the world, English is the language that can help you do that.
So, knowing the right words and phrases is not just useful, it's essential.
Let's start with the most important thing any traveler should know.
The emergency number.
In many countries, the emergency number is 911. In the United Kingdom, it's 999. In Europe, many countries use 112.
Always check the local emergency number before you travel to a new country.
When you call an emergency number, the operator will usually ask you three things.
What is your emergency? Where are you? And what is your name?
So let's practice those answers.
What is your emergency? You can say, there's been an accident, or someone is hurt, or there's a fire, or I need an ambulance.
Where are you? You can say, I'm at, and then give the address or location. I'm near the city center. I'm on 5th Avenue. I'm at the airport.
What is your name? Simply say your name clearly and slowly.
Always speak slowly and clearly in an emergency call. The operator needs to understand you the first time.
Now, let's talk about medical emergencies, because these are the most common and the most frightening.
Keyword 1, ambulance. This is the emergency vehicle that takes sick or injured people to the hospital.
Please call an ambulance. This is one of the most important sentences you can memorize.
Keyword 2, injured. This means physically hurt.
Someone is injured. I am injured. There are several injured people.
Keyword 3, unconscious. This means a person is not awake and cannot respond.
He is unconscious. She fell and now she's unconscious.
Keyword 4, bleeding. This means blood is coming from a wound.
He is bleeding badly. She has a deep cut and she is bleeding.
Keyword 5, allergic reaction. This is when someone's body reacts very badly to food, medicine, or an insect bite.
I'm having an allergic reaction. She is having a severe allergic reaction.
Keyword 6, chest pain. This could be a sign of a heart attack and is always very serious.
He is having chest pain. I have a sharp pain in my chest.
Keyword 7, difficulty breathing. This means someone is struggling to breathe normally.
She is having difficulty breathing. I cannot breathe properly.
Keyword 8, heart attack. This is when the heart suddenly stops working properly.
I think he is having a heart attack. She is showing signs of a heart attack.
Keyword 9, stroke. This is when blood flow to the brain is blocked suddenly.
Signs of a stroke include sudden weakness in the face or arm, trouble speaking, and confusion.
I think she is having a stroke. He cannot speak and his face is drooping.
Keyword 10, first aid. This is basic medical help given before a doctor arrives.
Does anyone here know first aid? Can you give first aid while we wait for the ambulance?
Now, let's look at some very useful sentences for medical emergencies.
Please call a doctor. I need medical help. Is there a hospital near here?
I'm diabetic. I'm pregnant. I have a heart condition. These sentences tell doctors important information quickly.
I'm allergic to penicillin. I take medication for blood pressure. I had surgery last year.
These are called medical history phrases. They help doctors treat you correctly and safely.
If you have a serious medical condition, it's a good idea to write these sentences on a small card and keep it in your wallet when you travel.
That's a great tip. Now let's move on to accidents and other emergencies.
Key phrase 1. There has been an accident. Use this when a car crash or any other accident has happened.
There has been a serious accident on the highway. There has been a car accident near the station.
Key phrase 2. Call the police. You say this when you need law enforcement help.
Please call the police. I need the police here immediately.
Key phrase 3. I've been robbed. This means someone took your belongings by force or threat.
I've been robbed. Someone stole my bag. My wallet and phone have been stolen.
Key phrase 4. I have lost my passport. This is a very stressful situation for any traveler.
I have lost my passport. My passport has been stolen. I need to contact my embassy.
The word embassy is very important. Your embassy is your home country's official office in a foreign country. They can help you with lost documents and other serious problems.
Where is the nearest embassy? I need to speak to someone from my country's embassy.
Key phrase 5. There's a fire. If you see or smell fire, say this immediately and loudly.
Fire! There's a fire in the building. Call the fire department.
Key phrase 6. I'm lost. This means you do not know where you are.
I'm lost. Can you help me? I can't find my hotel. Can you help me?
Can you point me to the nearest police station? Can you help me find my way back to the city center?
Now, let's talk about some very important location phrases, because in any emergency, telling people where you are is critical.
I'm at, followed by the address. I'm at 25 Main Street.
I'm near, followed by a landmark. I'm near the central train station. I'm near a large shopping mall.
I'm on the corner of, followed by 2 street names. I'm on the corner of Park Avenue and 5th Street.
I'm on the, followed by a floor number. I'm on the 3rd floor of the building.
I'm inside, followed by a place. I'm inside the airport terminal.
Practice saying your location clearly and quickly. In an emergency, every second counts.
Now let's talk about how to ask for help from people around you.
Sometimes you need help from strangers, not just emergency services.
Help! I need help is the most basic and universal call for help. Is there a doctor here? Or is anyone here a nurse? Are useful in medical emergencies?
Mary, please stay with me. This is what you say if someone is hurt and you do not want them to be alone.
James, please do not move him. This is important if someone has a serious injury. Moving an injured person incorrectly can make things worse.
Mary, please keep everyone calm. This helps manage a crowd in a stressful situation.
James, does anyone speak English? This is useful when you're in a foreign country and need someone to help translate.
Mary, please translate for me. I do not speak the local language. Can you help me communicate?
These phrases give you the power to communicate even in very stressful moments.
Now let us talk about some common mistakes learners make when using emergency English.
James, mistake 1. Saying, I have an emergency instead of being specific.
Mary, while I have an emergency is not wrong, it is much better to say exactly what is happening.
James, incorrect. I have an emergency.
Mary, correct. There has been a car accident, or someone is unconscious, or there is a fire in the building.
Being specific helps emergency services respond faster and better.
Mary, mistake 2, confusing injured and ill.
James, injured means physically hurt, usually because of an accident.
Mary, ill means sick, usually because of a disease or medical condition.
James, he fell down the stairs and he is very ill.
Mary, correct. He fell down the stairs and he is badly injured.
James. Incorrect. She has a fever and she is very injured.
Mary. Correct. She has a fever and she is very ill.
Mistake 3. Forgetting to give your exact location.
Mary. Saying, "I'm here" or "I'm nearby" is not helpful for emergency services.
James. Always give a specific address, street name, or landmark.
Mary. Correct. I'm at the corner of Green Street and Lake Road next to the pharmacy.
The more specific you are, the faster help will arrive.
Mary. Mistake 4. Using rob and steal incorrectly.
James. Rob is used for people. You rob a person or a place.
Mary. Steal is used for things. You steal an object.
James. Incorrect. Someone has stolen me.
Mary. Correct. Someone has robbed me or someone has stolen my bag.
James. Incorrect. They robbed my phone.
Mary. Correct. They stole my phone or they robbed me and took my phone.
James. Mistake 5. Speaking too fast when calling for help.
Mary. When people are nervous or scared, they often speak very quickly.
James. But speaking quickly in a stressful situation makes it harder for the other person to understand you.
Mary. Take a breath. Speak slowly. Speak clearly. Repeat if necessary.
James. The person on the other end of the phone is trained to help you. Give them time to understand.
Mary. Now let us talk about some very important travel documents and words related to emergencies.
James. The word passport, your official travel document. My passport has been stolen.
Mary. The word visa, the official permission to enter a country. I have lost my visa documents.
James. The word insurance, financial protection in case something goes wrong. Travel insurance is very important. I have travel insurance. Which hospital accepts my insurance?
Mary. The word consulate, similar to an embassy, it's your home country's office in a foreign city. I need to find the nearest consulate.
James. The word emergency contact, a person to call in case something happens to you. My emergency contact is my sister. Her number is...
Mary. Always have your emergency contact information written down and easy to find when you travel.
James. Now let us talk about natural disasters because these can happen anywhere in the world.
Mary. Key phrase 1. There has been an earthquake. The building is damaged. We need to evacuate.
James. Evacuate means to leave a place quickly because it is dangerous.
Mary. Key phrase 2. There is a flood. The water level is rising. We need to move to higher ground.
James. Higher ground means a place that is up higher, where floodwater cannot reach.
Mary. Key phrase 3. There is a storm warning. A severe storm is coming. Please take shelter.
James. Take shelter means to go inside a safe place and stay there.
Mary. Key phrase 4. The area has been evacuated. This means everyone has been asked to leave.
James. We need to evacuate the building immediately.
In any natural disaster situation, listen to local authorities and follow their instructions.
Even if you don't understand the local language, watching what others do can guide you. And if someone is giving instructions in English, now you will understand them much better.
Now let us do a short practice section.
Mary, we will say a situation and think about what you would say in English. James, situation 1. You are in a restaurant and the person next to you suddenly collapses.
Mary, you would say, "Help, someone call an ambulance. This person has collapsed and is unconscious."
James, situation 2. You are walking in a city and someone grabs your bag and runs away.
Mary, you would say, "Stop, I have been robbed. Please call the police."
James, situation 3. You are at a hotel and you smell smoke.
Mary, you would say, "There is a fire. Everyone needs to evacuate. Call the fire department.
James. Situation 4. You are lost in an unfamiliar city at night.
Mary, you would say to a local, "Excuse me, I'm lost. Can you help me find the nearest police station or hotel?"
James. Practicing these situations in your head before they happen makes you much more prepared.
Mary, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to communicate clearly enough to get help.
James. And now with the vocabulary from today's lesson, you are much better prepared than before.
Mary, let us do a final review of the most important phrases from today.
James. For medical emergencies, please call an ambulance. Someone is injured. He is unconscious. I'm having an allergic reaction. I have chest pain. Is there a doctor here?
Mary, for accidents and crime, there has been an accident. Call the police. I have been robbed. My passport has been stolen. I need to contact my embassy.
James. For fire and disaster. There is a fire. We need to evacuate. Take shelter. The area has been evacuated.
Mary, always give a specific address, street name, or nearby landmark.
James. For asking help. Help. I need help. Please stay with me. Does anyone speak English? Please translate for me.
Mary, remember, in any emergency, speak slowly, be specific, and stay as calm as you can.
James. Knowing these phrases gives you real confidence when you travel.
Mary, you are not just learning English words today, you're learning how to protect yourself and help others.
James. And that's something truly valuable.
Mary, thank you so much for watching English Learner classes today.
James. Don't forget to subscribe to English Learner classes for more easy and practical English lessons.
Mary, keep learning, keep improving, and see you in the next lesson.
James. Bye, everyone.
Mary, bye.